Coming up, the long-awaited verdict of the Derek Chauvin trial.
And a supermarket shooting that left one dead.
All that and more today, Wednesday, April 21st. Good morning, Emerson. I'm Amog Matthews.
And I'm Danielle Finezza. Thanks for waking up with us.
So we have an exciting season finale of Good Morning Emerson coming your way, but this morning we have some breaking news from yesterday.
We've been following the trial of Derek Chauvin, and this past Monday, the trial entered its 7th week. We finally received a verdict yesterday.
Derek Chauvin, the man that spurred some of the largest civil rights protests in a decade, was found guilty of second-degree murder, third-degree murder, and second-degree manslaughter. Yesterday, the jury deliberated for over 10 hours before pronouncing Mr. Chauvin on the 3 charges. The verdict can send the former Minneapolis officer to prison for decades. President Biden seems pleased with the verdict, but called it a rare step. Philonise Floyd, Mr. Floyd's younger brother, said, quote, "We are able to finally breathe again." Derek Chauvin was free on bail, but was ordered into custody by Judge Peter A. Cahill. The case was handled by Keith Ellison, the first black man to hold the office of Attorney General in Minnesota. The judge will sentence Mr. Chauvin in 8 weeks. Our politics correspondent, Madison Goldberg, will have more on the Biden administration's reaction to the verdict.
Investigators are looking for a person of interest in West Hempstead, New York, who they believe shot 3 people. The shooting took place on the upper level of a Stop and Shop grocery store where, there were a couple hundred people in the store. It is unclear if the person involved in the shooting is or was an employee. Authorities believe a man named Gabriel DeWitt Wilson is the shooter. Wilson left the scene carrying a handgun, and he was last seen heading west on a nearby turnpike. The shooting killed a 49-year-old store employee and injured 2 others. Fortunately, the 2 were taken to a hospital and are cooperating with law enforcement. Authorities say they do not know a motive for the shooting at this time.
A jury is being chosen for the case of a former Massachusetts mayor. This fraud and bribery case is against Jaisal Correa, who was elected 6 years ago in Fall River. He allegedly defrauded investors for an app he created using the money for hotels, designer clothes, and dating services. He is also accused of extorting and bribing marijuana companies that wanted to open in Fall River. Correa denies all these charges, and he says they came from political foes trying to bring him down. This will be the first in-person, high-profile case in Boston's federal court since COVID-19. Jury selection is set to last 4 days, with the cases expected to begin next Monday.
Boston, meet your new Chief of Environment, Energy, and Open Space. Her name is Reverend Mary Amma White Hammond. Mayor Janey picked White Hammond for the job, emphasizing her commitment to environmental justice, the Green Jobs Pipeline, and carbon neutrality. White Hammond is the founding pastor of Dorchester's New Roots AME Church and a fellow with the Green Justice Coalition. White Hammond says she supports Janey's plans for the city's reopening, renewal, and recovery. Her first courses of action are developing cooling plans for the summer, enhancing food access in community gardens, and creating a new green jobs pipeline.
We're going to pass it over to Madison Goldberg now with more on what Washington has to say about the Derek Chauvin trial.
And a Hollywood actor that could be making his way onto the ballot. Madison?
Thanks, you two. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris spoke on Tuesday night following the conviction of former police officer Derek Chauvin for the murder of George Floyd. They spoke on the victory, but emphasized that the justice system still has work to do. Vice President Harris said, quote, "A measure of justice isn't the same as equal justice. This verdict brings us a step closer, and the fact is, we still have work to do. We still must reform the system." President Biden emphasized that this verdict was only reached due to several factors in the case, including video footage of the murder provided by a 17-year-old girl. Biden said, quote, "Today's verdict is a step forward. Nothing can ever bring their brother, their father back. This can be a giant step forward in the march toward justice in America." And the Academy Award-winning
Thanks, Madison. We just had some technical difficulties, but no worries. As COVID-19 cases have accelerated in the past 8 weeks, last week we reached a record of the most cases in 1 week since the start of the pandemic. More than 5.2 million cases were recorded last week. Death tolls are also rising. The pandemic has now claimed over 3 million lives. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom said that infections and hospitalizations among people ages 25 to 59 are increasing at an alarming rate due to the highly contagious variants and the increase of social intermixing. Hotspots such as India and Brazil are also suffering from second waves.
Johnson & Johnson stands by their vaccine. Last week, the CDC and FDA recommended pausing the use of J&J's vaccine due to 6 reported cases of severe blood clots out of almost 7 million doses administered. J&J's chief scientific officer, Dr. Paul Stoffels, says, quote, "We continue to believe in the positive benefit and risk profile of our vaccine. Although they have stopped the rollout to Europe and in clinical trials as well, they look forward to speaking with the CDC about the risks of blood clots and how to better their vaccine."
And speaking of vaccines, Monday marked a major milestone in the vaccination process here in the U.S.
Our Boston News reporter Daniela Lobo Rivera has the story.
I was thinking I was going to have to wait a lot longer, just because, hope's morale was kind of low, I guess, in terms of the pandemic.
Every Massachusetts resident is now qualified to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. In the final phase of the state's vaccination plan, 1.7 million people will be able to book their appointments.
I'm supposed to get vaccinated on Tuesday, which I'm really excited about.
Nick Roca, a student from Stowe, Massachusetts, says this is an exciting step for residents.
The fact that we're on just general public at this point is really exciting.
Massachusetts has vaccinated 2 million people, marking a huge pillar in vaccination efforts. The timeline has met the state and national goal.
Just living through this time has been wild, I would say.
Jacqueline Galvin, a student from Whitman, Massachusetts, believes that even though Governor Baker had a good handlement of the pandemic, the vaccine rollout was his biggest struggle.
If I were to give him a rating out of 10, I would say a solid 8, just because of how well I feel like it was handled prior to the vaccine rollout.
Galvin also believes this is a big step towards a more normal time, but it's still far away.
Yes, it is a step towards normalcy, but I don't know when we'll fully get back to what life was like pre-pandemic or if we'll ever get back to that.
Still, hope remains high.
Really happy, really excited that, we're finally seeing the light at the end of the tunnel here.
From Boston, Daniela Lobo Rivera. Good morning, Emerson.
Thanks, Daniela. When we come back, Joey Dubois has the news that left soccer fans shocked.
And a little later, we're chatting with one of Boston's iconic illusionists. Stay with us.
All right, come back in 10 seconds. Ready, camera 1. Camera 1, get a wide shot of the entire thing, and in 3, 2, 1, take talent cue.
Welcome back to Emerson College. Emerson
Camera
trails
4, get a shot of the players coming across the court.
10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point. As the
Camera
team
2, close on the
finishes
person
their
shooting.
timeout. Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away and score this big one.
Camera 1, get a close up, follow them over.
Emerson trails WPI by 10 points. 10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point as the team finishes their timeout.
Camera 1, close up on number 33.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away.
Follow the ball, follow the ball.
Hey, we're your roomies, your homies, your new living best.
We live here too.
Thanks.
Action.
Do you have any idea what time it is?
It's time.
7. Oh, 7? It would mean a lot to me if you guys watch.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
We're kicking things right over to Joey Dubois. Joey, what's happening with sports this week?
Sorry about that. We're having a little bit of technical difficulties with Joey's mic, but for now, we're going to go to our entertainment correspondent, Carly Bronkema.
So Danielle and Amogue, the biggest entertainment news from last week was former Bachelor Colton Underwood coming out as gay. In his interview on Good Morning America, he specifically apologized to ex Cassie Randolph, who won his season of The Bachelor. He said, quote, "I ruined the good memories we had by my actions and what I did to hold on to being straight." Cassie didn't post anything about Colton's announcement on any of her social media when the news hit. She canceled her weekly YouTube videos and thanked her fans for their kind messages and comments. The Bachelor couple's relationship ended with Cassie filing a restraining order against Colton for stalking her. No one knows what Cassie will say on her YouTube, but we will keep you updated when the video comes out. So, J-Lo and A-Rod have really kept us on our toes this year. It seems like every week they're either together, and then they're broken up again, and then they're together again, and, well, you get the point. However, it seems like fans may officially have an answer as to whether the engagement is still on. In an official statement on Friday, Jennifer Lopez and Alex Rodriguez announced the end of their romantic relationship. They said, quote, "We are better as friends and look forward to remaining so." Rumors about a breakup hit their peak in March when the couple was separated for work. J-Lo was filming in the Dominican Republic and A-Rod was working in Miami. And with COVID restrictions, they had minimal in-person contact. The couple said they will continue to support each other and their individual children and thank those who offered support. Mickey Guyton has become an icon of country music after she broke records on Sunday night. She is the first Black woman to anchor the Academy of Country Music Award show, which she co-hosted with legend Keith Urban. The show is presented partially in person and partially virtual. The host camped out at the Grand Ole Opry while artists like Miranda Lambert performed in venues all across Nashville. Luke Bryan received his third Entertainer of the Year award via Zoom as he is still recovering from a COVID diagnosis. The only two-time winner was Maren Morris, who is deemed Female Artist of the Year and won Song of the Year for her single, The Bones. And I can't talk about the Country Music Awards without mentioning Carrie Underwood's 4-song performance of gospel songs from her new album, My Savior. Some good news for fans of the hit TV show Downton Abbey. A second spin-off movie will be released just days before Christmas this year. All of the original cast members will be in the film with a few extra additions. The movie began production last week, and the script was once again written by Downton Abbey creator Julian Fellows. Gareth Neame, one of the producers of the film, said the movie is the perfect conclusion to 2021. After a very challenging year with so many of us separated from family and friends, it is a huge comfort to think that better times are ahead, and that next Christmas we will be reunited with the much-beloved characters of Downton Abbey. That's all I have for you for this week and for the rest of the semester. Thanks for tuning in with me. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks so much, Carly. I cannot believe J-Lo and A-Rod split. That's crazy.
It is crazy. And now we are heading back over to Joey Dubois with sports. Sorry about the technical difficulties earlier.
Lots of crazy news this past week, guys, but let's kick it off with soccer. The soccer world is stunned after plans of a European Super League leaked over the weekend. The top teams from the continent planned on leaving their respective leagues to form one Super League instead of the UEFA Champions League. However, the plans seem to be falling apart after an incredible amount of backlash. All 6 potential members from the English Premier League announced they are exiting the potential Super League, starting with Chelsea. Still, the Super League said they plan on moving forward, but it's likely going to be a lot tougher without the top English teams. Kobe Bryant is no longer a Nike athlete. The late basketball star's endorsement deal expired last week, and his wife Vanessa Bryant and the rest of his estate decided against renewing it. Sources said Nike's limited availability of Kobe's products since his passing last year frustrated Vanessa. It's unknown whether or not the estate will pursue a future endorsement deal with another apparel company. Following the news, Nike halted all future releases of Kobe-branded shoes and clothing. Stephen Curry is lighting up the NBA and making a late push for the league's MVP. Steph is averaging 39.9 points per game this month, bringing his average for the season as a whole up to 31.4. The only thing holding Curry back in the conversation is the Warriors' 500 record and the fact that they're currently only 9th in the Western Conference. But Steph's historic run is adding a new wrinkle to the debate that's been dominated largely by big men Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. The conversation is getting more and more interesting with less than a month left in the regular season. That's all I got for this week in sports. A huge thank you to our EPs and the entire crew, and of course our two wonderful hosts for an amazing semester. Back to you two, Danielle and Amog.
So, Danielle, I've actually been on a little bit of a music kick recently.
Really?
Recently, Taylor Swift released, I think, an album.
Yeah, she released her re-recordings, but
Yeah.
surprising that that's what you're listening to.
Yeah, I don't usually listen to Taylor Swift, but, you know, I have Hey Stephen. It's
a
pretty
good song?
good.
It's a good
pretty
song?
good. And White Horse.
Oh, so you're really listening.
I'm like into it now, yeah.
Well, our What's Trending correspondent Adelaide Willard is here to tell us a little bit more about Taylor's re-recordings.
Taylor Swift's re-recorded Fearless album is finally here, and it's taking Swifties like me down memory lane. But this album represents more than just nostalgia for fans. It's an important step in Taylor Swift's attempt to gain control of her music.
In 2019, Taylor's master recordings were acquired by Scooter Braun, meaning anytime her music was licensed or streamed, Braun and his company would profit from it, a move that she described as her, quote, worst-case scenario. Taylor Swift is fighting back by re-recording and releasing her first 6 albums.
What Taylor would get from re-recording is ownership of the new masters that she creates. She would get the opportunity also then to license those and essentially make the Big Machine versions obsolete.
Though Fearless is her second album, it is the first of her Big Machine releases that she's re-recorded. The original 2008 album had earned Taylor Swift her first Grammy Award for Album of the Year and is her top-selling album to date. The 2021 version includes 6 brand new songs from the vault that have never been released before now, but beyond that, the album is almost an exact replica of the Grammy-winning album.
So she's getting a little bit of revenge. She's getting a new revenue stream. She's getting control over her legacy that she didn't have previously.
By reclaiming her masters and drawing attention to the issues surrounding it, she has made a statement about the importance of artists owning their work and refusing to let others capitalize on their creativity.
All this goes to show that Taylor Swift truly is fearless. For Good Morning Emerson, I'm Adelaide Willard. Back to you.
Thanks, Adelaide. We are so excited to introduce our new magical guest this week.
Virtually joining us, we have Boston-based magician Magic Zach. Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Zach.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Of course. So, Magic Zach, I need to ask you this. How did you first get into magic? When were you called into it?
And so actually when I was 6 years old, I saw a magician at a Christmas tree farm, of all places. Just a family tradition that my family and I had. And I remember, I think he was like pulling like a jumbo coin from behind a kid's ear. And I had never seen anything like it. I thought it was the greatest thing. And throughout the course of the show, slowly I was like, this is what I'm going to do when I grow up. Like some kids want to be, president, astronaut. It's like, I want to do magic. I want to be able to give kids the same feeling that I'm feeling right now. And later on, I was like, well, more so, I want to be able to give back to adults that feeling, which is something that we so easily forget when we're, caught up in the stress of everyday life. So
kind of along the same lines, what are your goals and dreams moving forward with your magic?
My dream ever since I was I think 10 years old, has been to, be able to make really, really cool magic, and then kind of get my name out there and make great products and effects and, sell them to other magicians and see other magicians doing my material. And it was really exciting because this past November, actually, I just put my first product on the market with a friend of mine through a really big magic company, which is basically my childhood dream come true. So that was really exciting. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's like the business side of magic
Yeah.
too. That's crazy.
Didn't even realize.
Yeah. Can you give us a little sneak peek of what you might do a little bit later on in the show?
Yeah, I can. Sorry.
No, you're good.
A bit of a dry throat.
Yeah, of course.
It's good that we're not in person. Not quite yet. Those get stuck up. Yeah, so that's it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
but yeah, man. So yeah, I like to do coin stuff. This coin is actually oh no, ooh, there we go. This coin actually relates back to the story I was telling earlier. I actually was sorry. It looks like things are picking up. This coin was actually given to me by the magician I saw when I was 6, which is cool.
Oh, okay, really cool.
Wow.
Yeah. So I carry it around in that little
Aw.
like jean pocket everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
yeah, but there's a sneak peek.
Thank you so much for coming on the show today, Zach.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both. I appreciate all your questions. It was a lot of fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to showing you guys some magic.
Awesome.
We can't wait to see it. When we come back, you won't believe your eyes.
Don't disappear.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
And now we have Magic Zach.
What is up, everybody? I'm going to show you guys something using one of these. You can just pluck it out of thin air. I don't know if you guys know what that is. You seen one of these before?
No.
Oh, actually, sorry. It's a loaded question. You actually have seen one before. The problem with this one is it's just it's invisible, so you just need to give it a little bit of a squeeze like this, and you can make it visible.
No.
So you get a shark mark. And you have seen one of these before, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So the weird thing of the mark is you can take it, you just give it a little bit of a rub, and then it becomes invisible. You make it visible again just by a quick little squeeze, which is really weird. You can actually watch it as it goes behind the arm, it becomes invisible, it becomes invisible again. It's pretty weird. And the way that works is actually, it's inside of the cap. There's actually something that makes the magic work. I don't know if you guys can see that in there. It's the coin.
What?
the coin possesses magic properties, so it makes the marker disappear. Now this is just a normal Sharpie marker, not a magic marker.
Not a magic one.
So you take, like I showed you earlier, this coin can actually go wherever I snap my fingers. So if I snap, whoa, magic. I'm just kidding. You can actually make it go the other way.
No.
He's like, no, not just happen. Which is really strange. But I don't know if you guys know what kind of coin this is. This is an Eisenhower dollar coin.
Okay.
They're still in. Well, I don't know. This is actually made of silver. They're in circulation still, but you don't really want to spend one of these. What you would probably rather spend is actually an actual dollar. That's a lot, you don't want to lose your dollar coin. So yeah, anyways, and you can actually do something really interesting with a dollar bill that I can share really quick. People these days are always talking about inflation. And by people these days, I mean, like, everybody's been talking about inflation since, like, I don't know, a while. It's always the topic. But sometimes you can actually see inflation happen before your very eyes, which is really strange.
No way.
Oh, it's $5.
It's $5.
Now. Where did the $1 go, Danielle?
But yeah, it's that's weird. But you have to be careful with your money though, because sometimes you're like, oh, I'm good, I've got cash, but it goes away before you even know it. And what if I could tell you guys I can make this $5 bill disappear from the palm of my hand without my hand going out of the frame? That'd be pretty. That'd be nuts, right?
Yeah.
Here, I'll show you. Let me give it a good crease. Watch. I'll close my hand around the 5, like so. And now, you see it, right? Up until the last second. So I'm going to turn my hand over, and I'll pan the camera down just so you can see. So
yeah,
the
no
thing
funny
is,
business here.
No,
don't drop it.
But here's the thing. There has to be funny business because I've already told you what's going to happen, right? And magic is kind of like joke telling, and or like telling you the finale of a show before it even happens, right? So it's kind of ruined now. And the problem with that is you're looking for what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yeah.
You know that something sneaky has to happen. So you're looking for the moment when I do a sleight of hand move or something like that. So I have to distract you. And I'm going to use the modern day distraction. I'll actually use the distraction on the modern day distraction. Let me turn the light. Can you see the light?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the distraction. I can see the light. I have my feedback right here. That was the distraction to get you to look over here. Because while you were looking at the phone, you weren't looking at the bill, which is when it disappeared. And when I say it, guys, I don't just mean the bill. I also mean the phone.
Oh my god.
Check it out. It's just a case.
No way.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I think I might honestly start taking up magic now.
Go for it.
Yes.
So where can we find you on social media and stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on Instagram at MagicZachEvans. And also another plug is the Boston Magic Lab. You can find us at bostonmagiclab.com or same handle on Instagram and Facebook. So,
wow.
Yeah,
we'll check that out for sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Zach. That was amazing.
Awesome. Thank you guys again. That was a lot of fun.
And now Ella Ward checked out a new restaurant this week. Let's go see where she went.
Hey everybody, I'm Ella Ward for Boylston Bites. Today we're here at Little Miss Cupcake, which is a little dessert shop on Newbury Street.
Taylor Stump founded Little Miss Cupcake in June 2014. The first location opened on Cape Cod, and the Newbury Street store followed soon after. The sweets are baked fresh daily using Stump's all-American family recipes. You can enjoy them inside the store or at their outside seating areas. If you see the pink and white striped umbrellas, you're in the right place.
Today we got a few of their mini cupcakes to try at a bunch of different flavors. Up first we have the Bowie Buckeye, which is a chocolate cake filled with peanut butter buttercream, and peanut butter on top. You know what, I was expecting the peanut butter to be a little bit overwhelming because there's so much of it, but it really does balance out well with the cake. Up next we have Captain Carrot, which is a carrot cake cupcake with white chocolate ganache and buttercream frosting with some little sprinkles on top. The main pull for me for carrot cake is that moisture, and this is rocking with that. For our next flavor, we have the Chocolate Shark Attack, which is a chocolate cupcake with milk chocolate ganache and chocolate buttercream. I would say in the best way possible, this tastes like a brownie. Now we have the namesake cupcake, the Little Miss Cupcake. This one is a vanilla cake with strawberries, with a strawberry marshmallow cream, and then a strawberry buttercream on top, topped with some rainbow sprinkles. So I really think that the fresh fruit they put in here kind of levels out that sweetness and makes it more palatable. They also have a lot of desserts that aren't cupcakes. They have cookies, brownies, and then they also have edible cookie dough, which we're gonna try out right now. Today I got the More and More, which is the edible cookie dough with semi-sweet chocolate chips and semi-sweet M&Ms. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not always the biggest fan of edible cookie doughs, but this one tastes just like it would fresh out the bowl. That's all we're trying today. If you want to stop by Little Miss Cupcake, it's on Newberry Street and you can order online. If you do end up coming out, we'd love to see it, so be sure to tag us with hashtag Boylston Bites. For Boylston Bites, I'm Ella Ward. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Ella. And I mean, again, best job on the show.
I
hands
know.
down.
Every time we say it, but it's so true.
Yeah, yeah. Now, for those who are longtime fans of Good Morning Emerson, you may know that Danielle and I both got our start on GME during our very first semester of freshman year.
And during our time at Emerson, we've worked together on so many segments of the show, from what's trending to reporting from all the way at the castle.
Our EPs prepared a little surprise for us to celebrate our last time together at the desk. Oh my God, aw.
We're going to react to some of our old stories from GME throughout the years.
Good morning, Emerson. Today we are celebrating Friendsgiving here at Castile Well, but I've been looking everywhere and I can't find a Moog, so we're going to go look for him.
No.
Oh my God, a Moog, is that you? A Moog, what's wrong?
I'm stuck here in this stupid, ugly, dusty castle, and there's water, and there's moats, and it's terrible, and I'm going on these cool exotic trips, but I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I just want to see my friends. I want to see my family. I want to see Angel Salcedo's
Oh my God, I
face.
remember.
No,
I was on
I'm
an
stuck
angel
here in
kick
this
then
stupid
too.
house, and I hate
I
it.
could.
But Moog, all your friends are here and we're celebrating Friendsgiving together.
So?
How would it be fun?
You look so tiny.
Was I good? Was it good at acting? Was it, was it good?
Okay, fine. Good morning, Emerson. So it's 6 a.m. and we're
I
heading
remember
to our
did not want to film that.
Yeah,
I was so embarrassed.
The music on this was great.
Like here at the castle.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
There you go.
Hey guys, so we're on the streets of Dublin.
And we are walking to
I
the
lost
guided
that
tour of the
jacket.
Dublin Castle. One of the things that's offered.
In Dublin?
No, it's somewhere else.
It's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be hella Irish. Let's go check it out.
Oh my God.
Hey guys, so we just finished our Dublin excursion.
Oh my
Oh my God.
Free for the next week.
See, you know, the audience before the last Zoom has never seen our face.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the first time like seeing our faces.
Exciting.
I know, we're doing crazy things.
We hope you enjoyed our little video.
Oh, this is the best
This is the
one.
best
This is
one.
the best
The
one.
editing on this. Danella, if you're watching,
Yeah,
thank
Danella
you
was
for
part of
helping
it.
us edit this.
Those
Long
face.
time coming, Danielle.
I know.
Being host here.
Let's see if we can take it to the next level.
The music on this.
Own challenge training.
It's just me. Danielle helped edit everything. Like, this is all Danielle's idea.
No, this was your idea, and I was like, I don't know if I should let you do this.
What up? That's right.
In the P-row comment.
I love that.
I think like someone walked in too.
Boom. Boom Challenge 2.0. For Good Morning Emerson, I'm a Mo Matthews.
Cool.
Well, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoyed.
Oh my God! Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys
three
so much for
amazing
doing
EPs
that.
for making this happen for us.
Well, we also have a surprise of our own. We wanted to take this time during the final show of our semester to congratulate the graduating seniors on our crew. They have all worked incredibly hard this semester, and GME wouldn't have been possible without them.
First, Angel Salcedo. He is our Heart of Boston correspondent and has hosted the show 3 times in the past. He is such an important part of the GME family.
And next, we have Jawan Kim. He is our stage manager and has been working hard behind the camera all semester. Although, if you take notice, you do get a chance to see him walk on screen in the credits of every show.
Mm-hmm. Next, John Raffaelli. John did all things audio on the show, which is not an easy job. And beyond that, he's been a great friend, and we're gonna miss you, buddy. Johnny.
And last but certainly not least, one of our executive producers, Izzy Indrasano. She put so much hard work, heart, and dedication into this semester of GME.
Thank you, Izzy. They will all be missed so much here in the studio and in my heart.
For sure, and so will you, Amog. This is Amog's last semester on GME. Unless he comes up with a little LA segment, he's going to be there next semester before graduating. I know for me, it was so special to host with you during your last semester here in Boston.
Thank you so much, Danielle, and thank you so much to our EPs. I had a lot of fun. And that's all the time we have for this week and this semester. My name is Amog Matthews.
And I'm Danielle Finezza. Thanks for waking up with us. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you next time.